Go.
Go. Bird.
Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Command Tower, a video series about Commander, a way to play Magic the Gathering. This episode features a game of Commander between myself playing Phelddagrif and Russ playing Prime Speaker Zegana. Let's shuffle up. My opening hand was Mirari's Wake, Defense of the Heart, Sterling Grove, Rogue's Passage, Sungrass Prairie, a Plains, and an Island. Russ's opening hand was Mystic Snake, Seeds of Innocence, Scavenging Ooze, 3 islands, and a forest. Russ kicked off the game with a forest, and I followed with a plains. Russ played an island and cast Veteran Explorer. I played Sungrass Prairie and cast Sterling Grove. Russ then played another island, attacked with Veteran Explorer, and cast Scavenging Ooze. I followed with an island and cast Cold-Eyed Selkie, aka Old Greg. Russ played a forest, attacked with Veteran Explorer, and passed. I played Rogue's Passage and attacked with my Island Walking Selkie, drawing a card. Russ played a forest, attacked with Veteran Explorer, and passed. I played Command Tower and attacked with Cold-Eyed Selkie again, drawing a card. I then tapped all my lands to cast Mirari's Wake, but Russ countered it with Mystic Snake. He then exiled the Wake with Scavenging Ooze at the end of my turn. Russ played an island, attacked with Veteran Explorer and Mystic Snake, and passed. I attacked with Cold-Eyed Selkie, drawing yet another card. I then played Stirring Wildwood and cast Defense of the Heart, now that Russ had 3 creatures out. On Russ's turn, he tapped out to cast Recurring Insight, drawing 5 cards. He then played Reliquary Tower. Reliquary Tower, meet Recurring Insight. Russ attacked with all his creatures, dealing me 5 damage. He passed. At the start of my turn, I sacrificed Defense of the Heart to search for and put onto the battlefield Sovereigns of Lost Alara and Cephalid Constable. So why did I search for these 2 creatures? Well, for starters, Sovereigns is the best card in the deck. Also, it pairs very well with the Constable, since enchantments like these can be searched up with the Sovereigns and put onto him. They make him bigger and/or give him evasion so that he can connect and start returning permanents. After drawing a card for the turn, I paid a mana and sacrificed Sterling Grove. I searched for and put on the top of my library Sigil of the Empty Throne. I then cast Nature's Will. Next, I attacked with Cold-Eyed Selkie, and forgot to use Sovereign's ability to put an enchantment on Old Greg. Ugh. Anyway. Attacking with Cold-Eyed Selkie drew me Sigil of the Empty Throne, untapped all my lands, and tapped Russ's lands. I cast the Sigil and passed. On Russ's upkeep, he cast Recurring Insight for free using the Rebound ability, drawing 6 cards. He then played a forest and cast Duplicant, exiling my Sovereigns of Lost Alara. He then attacked with Veteran Explorer and passed. On my turn, I played a Plains and cast Stormgeist. I then attacked with Cold-Eyed Selkie, drawing a card, untapping all my lands, and tapping Russ's lands. Russ responded by exiling Sterling Grove from my graveyard with Scavenging Ooze. With the extra mana gained from Nature's Will, I cast Mind Unbound, earning me a 4/4 Angel token from Sigil of the Empty Throne. I then passed. Russ cast Oracle of Moldiah, which allowed him to play both an island and a forest. He cast Sword of Feast and Famine and equipped it to Veteran Explorer. He then attacked with the boosted Explorer, which I blocked and destroyed with my Angel token. The Explorer's demise caused Russ and I to both search for 2 basic lands and put them onto the battlefield. Everybody wins. What adults read to children. Russ equipped the sword to Duplicant and passed. At the start of my turn, I put a lore counter on Mind Unbound and drew an extra card. I then played Yavimaya Hollow and cast Flight of Fancy on Cephalid Constable, giving the Tentacled Brainiac a new set of wings. This drew me 2 cards and got me another Angel token. Next, I cast Treachery, gaining control of Russ's Oracle of Moldiah. Treachery caused me to untap 5 lands and it summoned an Angel token. I then cast Angelic Destiny on Cephalid Constable and added to my Force of Angels. I played a forest from the top of my deck and cast Rhystic Study, calling a 5th Angel to arms. For my combat phase, I attacked Russ with Cold-Eyed Selkie, Stormgeist, and the boosted Cephalid Constable, who met no blockers. With Nature's Will, I untapped all my lands and tapped Russ's lands, but not before Russ paid a mana to exile Defense of the Heart from my graveyard with Scavenging Ooze. With the Stormgeist and Selkie, I drew 2 cards. With the Cephalid's ability, I returned Russ's 5 islands to his hand. Finally, I cast Umbra Mystic, protecting my enchanted creatures with the Totem Armor ability. Shields up! On Russ's turn, he cast Mass Polymorph in hopes of finding some answers to my overwhelming army. He exiled his 3 creatures and flipped Laboratory Maniac, Phyrexian Metamorph, and Horizon Chimera, then put them onto the battlefield. Russ had the Metamorph enter the battlefield as Stormgeist and equipped it with Sword of Feast and Famine. He then passed. At the start of my turn, I put a lore counter on Mind Unbound and drew 2 extra cards. I then cast Enchantress's Presence and gave Oracle of Moldiah Shimmering Wings. These enchantments earned me 2 more Angel tokens and a card drawn from Presence. After playing Terramorphic Expanse for the turn, I used Rogue's Passage to make Cephalid Constable unblockable. I then attacked with the Constable, Cold-Eyed Selkie, and an army of Angel tokens, dealing Russ lethal damage. I win with Phelddagrif. My deck was really in its element this game, and not in small part due to some recent retooling. I've added a lot more mana acceleration, like Nature's Will, and some additional resilience, like Dauntless Escort. The result is a more efficient deck that doesn't rely solely on these guys to recover from board wipes. As for Russ's deck, I've seen it crush again and again, but I think it's a much stronger multiplayer deck. In this heads-up match, he had trouble dealing with my focused beatdown. Thanks for watching this episode of Command Tower. Check back soon for more Commander gameplay and deck features.